Daniel Rodriguez and Santiago Ponzinibbio sets in a welterweight fight for UFC Fight Night. Grasso versus Shevchenko 2, which I'm going to be honest, is looking like one of the best UFC fight nights of the year. I'm being completely unbiased here. I am half Mexican myself. I could be just saying, oh, well, Zell Hooper's on the card, great Mexican guy. Edgar Chairez. I'm not saying it just because of all the Mexican people on the card. It's a legitimately really, really good card. The Zell Hooper-Cristo Giagos fight is a very fun striking affair. Edgar Chairez, Daniel Lacerda is an absolute banger at flyweight. Even Lupita Godinez, Sam Hughes, they're both good wrestlers, which will force a pretty good striking match in my opinion. Now we got D-Rod in Santiago Ponzinibbio, which I'm going to give my early prediction for in a second. These are two guys, kind of like the gatekeepers. You beat D-Rod, you beat Ponzinibbio, you're getting inside of that top 15. Just look at the last guys that Ponzinibbio has lost to inside of the UFC. Li Jingliang got knocked out by him in round number 1. Who did Li Jingliang fight next? Khamzat Chimaev, a current top 5 guy in the welterweight division. Jeff Neal, he lost to him in a very, very razor close fight. What happened after that? He got a top 10, Vicente Luque, and then another top 10 in Shavkat Rakhmonov. You look at some of the other guys that are able to go out there and find ways to beat Ponzinibbio, like Michel Pereira. Well, he was supposed to fight Stephen Wonderboy Thompson this weekend, and Kevin Holland, after that win, fought Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Or sorry, no, that was before. Even after one win over Ponzinibbio, after losing 2 in a row, is getting a top 15 guy in Michael Chiesa. He is a clear gatekeeper of the UFC welterweight division, and D-Rod is sort of. I mean, he's beaten some good guys in the UFC, but he's not necessarily the gatekeeper yet, because most of the guys he's fought are other veterans like Mike Perry, Kevin Lee, Jingliang Lee, Neil Magny. The only guy who was really gatekeeping for was Ian Machado Gary to get him inside of the top 10. But both guys, I think, are just going to be journeymen in the welterweight division. Doesn't mean that this fight is not going to be good. This fight is going to be good. D-Rod having the height and reach advantage and 3-month age advantage. D-Rod is going to be the better boxer here. Ponzinibbio might have a little bit more power than Daniel Rodriguez, but you already know D-Rod throws a heck of a lot of volume. I do expect this one to go to a decision. It's hard to finish Ponzinibbio. Jeff Neal and Michel Pereira weren't able to, and Kevin Holland did, only because he landed that perfect shot in the fight. D-Rod's not trying to do that. He's trying to lay in volume and win on that scorecard. I do have a very, very close fight, but according to Tapology, I'm going to go the underdog, Daniel Rodriguez, by a 29-28 split decision. Not to mention, I didn't talk about it before because I was kind of just going up the prelims, but we also got Tracy Cortez, Jasmine Jasudavicius, 2 ranked women's flyweights. We got Chris Curtis, number 15 middleweight, versus a future top 10 middleweight in Anthony Hernandez right there. We got a top 10, number 6 in the world welterweight in the co-main event versus a former UFC, he was supposed to fight for the belt. I guess you can say he fought for the interim belt at least, in Kelvin Gastelum. And you got, sorry about that, I got a little bit of a hiccup situation. And you got 2 champs, Valentina Shevchenko, Alexa Grasso. And this is a UFC fight night. Ladies and gentlemen, this card is good, but I do have D-Rod winning on Santiago Ponzinibbio.